Deadlock. The final agent not played by pros. These are the voyages of Cloud9's offseason. Their continuing mission to explore strange new metas. To seek out new strats and ways to gain an advantage in the Tier 1 scene. To boldly go where no team has gone before. You heard right, Deadlock has had a 0% pick rate between the world's best teams. But in this match, we're busting her out on a brand new map, and we're going to break down whether or not Deadlock and her new buffs are the future of Valorant. Dude, Sentinels are playing, but I have to do this stupid voiceover.
You could try finding an EPAL.
Find a what?
EPAL. Here, look them up. You can find people to play Valorant with, meet new friends, do us to rank up together, and that's how I even met my girlfriend. But you could probably find someone to help you do your voiceover. Just pick Valorant, and then you could pick anyone from this list or set a filter. You probably want a Radiant player, right? Here's a couple. What about this guy?
Hello, I'm Stoic. I'm 20 years old and I peaked Radiant. I have gathered enough experience.
I don't know about him.
Okay, what about her?
Hi, my name is Aaliyah. I'm a Radiant Reyna main who has just a little bit of hope to go pro.
I mean, nah, I think I need a content creator since this is, content.
Oh, then ask Mercury. She does content and would probably love doing your voiceover.
All right, let's see if she's on. Hey. Are you free? Oh God, am I getting ghosted already? Maybe she's sleeping. Oh, thank God. Sure. Perfect. Spike Rush, unrated, ranked. Playing games with girls is fun, but where's the professional Valorant breakdown voiceover option? Oh, perfect. There we go. Wow, it was that easy?
Hey, are we playing some games? Do you want me to pretend we're dating, or maybe we run some Swift players?
No, none of that. But by any chance, do you know the intricacies of how Deadlock functions on Icebox?
What? Well, would you look at that. The first ever Deadlock picked in Tier 1 Valorant. Let's see what crazy pistol round strat Cloud9 has built around her.
Dude, I'm on the Cloud9 train. Second time's the charm. Deadlock's gonna work.
It was always one of the best maps for
Would this be Deadlock's first win in a pro game? I don't think I've ever seen a Deadlock.
Not
like,
a
barely
good start
ever.
for Deadlock.
Yeah. You just killed Mimi now. She's dead. Mimi dead.
Flawless.
Okay. Well, that wasn't an ideal start to an agent's debut. 6 snakebite lineup from 100 Thieves to isolate one side though. But why did they want to go B? This site is almost unplayable unless you have a Sage on your team, which makes me a bit worried, as Cloud9 are headed that way again in their 3-1-1 default. I'll explain in a minute, but even 100 Thieves knows that the attackers really shouldn't be going B either, as they're formed in a 1-4 setup, ready to throw hands in A main. They recon dart, cascade, Silva gets his Hunter's Fury, and Harbor even makes it up to jail. Cloud9, on the other hand, have moved up B main behind their Silva's drone, grabbed that orb for their Deadlock, and have finally started to scale up site after their recon clears out yellow.
I feel like it's so hard to... preventing retakes, throwing it down in post plant. But I feel like it's really hard to get like consistent value out of that on attack side.
Ustio tried to make a play off the back of EU's Hunter's Fury that flushed Cloud9 out of main. Great positioning on this ult, by the way. I see so many players in my ranked games use their big laser like this, which sucks. When using your Hunter's Fury, make sure you're positioned to hit multiple lanes at once, instead of just one at a time. You'll get way more value out of it. But Killjoy got traded, and it's at this point that 100 Thieves know it's not A. Harbor and Jet are both hot on the attacker's flank, while Viper stalls as long as she can. And it looks like the defense are expecting some form of lurk.
Snowman on attack. And I was walling off my flank on B. You can wall flank on B. So if you want to do that, you can. Obviously, you have to be full committed to be at that point. We wouldn't do it at the start of the round. But this wall. Yeah,
in post plant, yeah, it's really strong.
Oh. Woohoo! 10-1! Let's go! Alright, Merku, I'll take it from here. I can't believe you can play Valorant with girls that easily. epal.gg, link in the description. But back to this fight in mid, I have 2 questions. How did Whippy manage to get one through all of this? And more importantly, what has Riot been doing these past like 8 years? This looks like the same map we got taken away from us back in, hold on, let me check my notes. April? If you don't have Sage on your team, going B-side is pretty impossible as the defense can sit in a bunch of different spots and just spam you with mollies and bullets as you try to go and plant. You can really only get the spike down in one spot semi-safely? I don't know, but with Sage's wall, none of this is an issue anymore as you can literally block all of this nonsense. Pause. I'm writing this part in post-production, but from watching recent VCT games, it seems like a lot of people have been able to plant on B with the use of extra smokes like Harbor or Brimstone, or they just sacrifice Wingman and fight until they get the plant, but we'll see how long the meta lasts. Now, Deadlock's barrier mesh, all it does is block movement, meaning you can only plant in this one spot, and if it gets mollied, you're screwed. But Vanity thought this spot was safe to plant in because Whippy saw 3 players on this half of the map, and Viper was blasting snake bites from dark. They tried to trap her with her Gravnet and Mesh, but Bang used the attacker's wall against them to reposition a snowman just in time to win his team the round. But I mean, like, this play wouldn't be possible if this site wasn't stupid. Seriously, you could eliminate all of this yellow and leave this little square to plant in, and nothing would change about how this site is played. Which is why I'm a little worried for Cloud9. Deadlock is not a straight up replacement for Sage. What she is good for on attack are 2 things. 1, punishing aggressive defenders with her huge Gravnet and Annihilation with some lineups or reconnaissance. If the defense wants to fight, you'll punish them for it. And 2, scaling. The one problem I have with Sage in this map is that when you want to wall, you expose yourself to a lot of gunfire and utility bombardment. But with Deadlock, that's not an issue as you can fling hers like a frisbee from a safe distance. Then the attackers can't flood in, giving you a semi-safe plant. At least on A. But if you combine her wall with a smoke, then it becomes a nightmare to break as you don't really know where these balls are at anymore. So while Deadlock isn't that bad, she can't work as a substitute for Sage. But maybe she can replace someone else. Cloud9 came back. No thanks to Deadlock, but instead to Oxy. This kid is bananas.
This is a very threatening position. What a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like nowhere to stand by 410.
See how good that info is too? They know no one's on site.
Oh,
nice trade. Nice trade again.
Wow,
Holy shit.
what the hell?
Holy shit.
So while we don't see a lot out of Deadlock on attack, defense is where she shines on this map. Cloud9 start in a heavier mid-B setup with Viper and Deadlock stalling a B main, Killjoy and Sova canceling any mid lurks, and Oxy is getting his and dashing out alongside some of Deadlock's stun sensors. And 100 Thieves are slamming A site with their plethora of long-range pistols. They quickly scale up A main behind a cascaded recon to beat back any antsy defenders. 100 Thieves have successfully scaled up this half of main in under 10 seconds. But here's where we see a glimpse of Deadlock's potential show. After jump spotting a few times and realizing it's A, Deadlock lets her wall fly. It deploys, blocking off both sides of B. Now, it's hard to tell without a replay system, but if Zeppa placed his wall the right way, attackers funneling through this lane are forced to break 2 parts of the wall before getting through. One telling them to like, the next to subscribe. Sorry, pause again. I'm running this part literally a day before this video is supposed to go live, but EG ran Deadlock on Icebox 2, sacrificing Jet. And in this round, they used this wall, which took G2 years to get through. And as you watch this video and this game, she has a lot of strong setups on B. So even though the offense have this lurk wall slicing up B main, it's not going to do anything until this barrier mesh is broken. But Sage can do the same thing. I wonder what else Cloud9 sees in this agent. The attackers continue to scale up A. Oxy sucker punches Boostio for 55 HP, and when 100 Thieves are ready to go, they flip up their high tide. But the defense canceled out with their toxic screen, and then Vanity somehow gets one with his classic through the smoke? How are 100 Thieves going to push through? Especially with these stun sensors. They aren't. You haven't noticed, but Bang has made it up tube and is telling his team to check out my merch. If they go back to B, he should be able to catch someone rotating through spawn. He peeks into kitchen, breaks Whippy's turret, and Boostio places his own on pipes to anchor the defense. The attackers retreat, sprint through spawn, go up B main, and Deadlock's wall's expired now. All that stands between 100 Thieves and a free plant is Jake.
You call your utility, you know?
Yeah.
Pineapple.
Status
to,
over?
Status, yeah.
Status to like ask for like updates.
Yeah, so it's like
What
let's say you have like bomb down.
That
and
is
comms
such
are
a
kind of
nerd word.
hectic. You say like
Yeah.
status.
I feel like you're like one step away from me. Like, what's your sit rep over?
Yeah, so, a little something like that.
Can I get your 1049 on the retake here?
This lurk opened things up for 100 Thieves so hard. With the new icebox changes, there are now 4 sight lines that defenders need to worry about. Mid to pallet, window, kitchen, and under tube. But with Killjoy, she can kind of hold most of them. This turret can hold kitchen and under tube, while this alarm bot covers pallet and under tube as well. But Bang shot the turret, and this mid-smoke clouded the spot's vision, allowing him to leak out. He backstabbed Jake, which dropped his poison orb and allowed his team to overwhelm Sight. Vanity's now left in a 1 versus 3.
Like Busio's. Ooh, top sight.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a big pistol for 100
Yeah.
Thieves.
Cloud9 lost pistol, and then the Rico, putting them on their first full buy. If they lose this round, 100 Thieves' economy is going to snowball. So they're forced to unveil a bit more of their Deadlock Doomsday master plan. The offense start with another 4 players ready to gun it up A, while Viper stays all the way back in Narnia, securing their flank. But Cloud9 moved their Deadlock to mid, just for a moment, before shifting to A to help Oxy lock down Sight. Then Silva and Killjoy deal with any mid lurks, and then Viper stalls the plant on B. 100 Thieves kicks things off behind another Cascade and Recon. The offense moves up to pipes uncontested and wastes no time making their push onto Sight alongside their drone and another Cascade. But Deadlock is shutting it down.
Dude, we don't have a Sage, so we have to go A every round.
Wait, build it. The drones spot them both. Oh, that's sick.
Oh,
Oh, they're like
locked in
stuck
there.
in this.
Oh
Drop the
my
wall, let's kill him.
God.
That's a good. That's a
Oh,
pretty
yeah, I
good
forgot
seize.
you can drop it.
Drop the wall, let's kill him. They're stuck. Yo, this agent is.
I'll be honest, Deadlock and Viper are perfect for each other on this map. With this wall, she completely protects these stun sensors from being broken. And if the offense decides to push through the wall, tell me, what do you shoot? This stun machine? Deadlock swinging off them? Jet swinging off her? Or the Recon setting them all up? Even if they don't go through the toxic screen, it's just hard to fight people who are swinging you without setting off these traps. One wrong step, and you're toast. Then on top of that, Deadlock lobbed her barrier mesh over the wall and trapped Killjoy inside. Because they had to shoot it, this gave Oxy the green light to activate his dash, while Zeppa and Vanity prepared him for this engagement with their Gravnet and Owl drone. So, while she might not get picked very often, Deadlock is looking like a very convincing addition to your Icebox comps, and it only gets better. Now, one use for Deadlock that I haven't touched on yet is that her wall can crush Killjoy's utility. Kinda. Instead of investing all of your bots into holding mid, you can sometimes just lay out Deadlock's wall to cover all 4 options that attackers have. The only issue is that it doesn't last forever, and the offense have a lot of space to shoot it down from. And Cloud9 did use this a few times. On this round, Deadlock, Jet, and Viper were rotating, and this wall would have prevented any late mid wraps. Then on the next round, Zeppa threw his wall up in response to Viper putting her lurk smoke up, but it got broken instantly. But who knows, maybe you could use the fact that the attackers need to shoot it to your advantage. When they're busting your balls, you or your teammate can swing for a freebie, kind of like you would with a Killjoy turret. But that brings us here, where we finally get to see a good annihilation. The first 2 ults Zeppa had were whiffs because his teammates kept stealing his kills on aggressive defenders, but this time it's different, right? 100 Thieves start with another 4 people. I hate this map already. They're going A. But with 2 big stall ultimates online, Cloud9 have completely swapped their setup. Both Sentinels are bunkering down A, while Jet has migrated over to B, where she can anchor yellow with this stun sensor I'll touch on later. Yes, Jimmy? If Killjoy is playing on A, how are Cloud9 going to hold mid? There's so many lanes to watch. Well, the funny thing is that this window benefits both attackers and defenders. Sure, someone could lurk up here and kill somebody while they're rotating, but if no one goes up this tube, or pressures mid really, this turret on boiler can watch both pallet and kitchen. The only spot Cloud9 actually have to worry about is under tube, which Viper has covered. Now 100 Thieves are going A, but they're changing the way they do it after conditioning their standard default round after round. Sova drones, cryo updrafts are behind it, and Busio places a turret to catch anyone pipes. But they aren't slowing down this time. The Cascade comes out, Nano for Jenny, and Recon for top sight.
Yep.
See, like, what is the Harbor even accomplishing here?
Oh my god, that is so sad.
Any dart breakers?
Dart breakers.
Any dart breakers?
Oh god.
Okay, Mimi, while it might look like no one 100 Thieves was ready to break the dart, they actually just got distracted. As Deadlock saw all of this utility come in, she laid her wall down maze, and if you look closely, Killjoy was too busy spraying at it, leaving herself no ammo to break the dart. And this sudden death has forced 100 Thieves to slow down and reevaluate their options. Want a re-hit A? Well, welcome to Icebox. So the offense elect to contact all the way up A.
It's like,
They're like skipping
lost,
across.
just like, yeah, just rubber banding
I
across.
cannot wait for another missed Deadlock ult.
Oh,
he got someone. Get him out!
Wow. And he dodged swivel ults.
And he took the dart out.
Oh my god. He avoided everything.
But he couldn't avoid the headshot.
But he could have coved.
All right, planning on this site when Deadlock has her ult up might be next to impossible. Harbor tried to plant, but was immediately met with a Gravnet, Annihilation, Hunter's Fury, and even though 100 Thieves knew this was coming, there wasn't much they could do. Harbor tried dodging the net, and his teammates unwrapped him, but look at all the damage this caused. 100 Thieves are going to try and plant again, but against double snake bites and shock darts, how are you supposed to do that?
Okay, wait.
Nerds.
We're finally planting, guys. We got this.
We got this.
3, 5.
Icebox.
Zephyr.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's from flank. I thought he wallbanged him.
Wait, what?
Wait.
100 Thieves are going B. Wow, there are a lot of new innovating strats on this map, but at least Cloud9 have swapped their setup. They've got some read that the 100 Thieves are headed B, as the defense has 3 members already leaning that way, while Sova bunkers down mid alongside Killjoy's new boiler turret, who, by the way, has a gross microwave setup that when paired with this stun sensor will melt the offense. It's a lot of util to break. What? Oh, wait a second. Is that an Odin? Yeah, baby! Add that onto the list of maps I think this gun is stupid good on. With an Odin, there's a lot you can do. One being denying the mid lurk. When Viper puts her smoke up, you arrow. She puts it up again, you drone. But after that, why not rip 100 bullets into the poison orb? I wouldn't want to walk through this. And if the enemy isn't running a Sage, how are they going to plan on B with this constant barrage of lead? Then there's also a bunch of different wallbang spots in A, or even in kitchen. It's just really good. So if 100 Thieves aren't careful, there's a good chance they're going to get fried. They open the round with a default similar to what we saw in A. Cascade to scale up behind, plus a recon to clear out any angle the defense could be hiding in. As they get closer to site, Sova deploys his drone to scout out the defense. It gets broken. Deadlock deploys her barrier mesh, and 100 Thieves now know they're about to run into heavy resistance. So Boostio activates his lockdown to flush out the area. But they're locked in. Cloud9 have 100 Thieves right where they want them. Getting out of B main won't be easy.
I don't know how many yet, though.
Okay, now they know.
Are they all shooting at different... Okay, they shot the middle one.
Wait.
Oh, 2 got the
Handcuffs.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Not like this.
So I think Cloud9 tried to do that thing I mentioned where you throw your wall down, the enemy shoots it, and you swing off that. And it almost worked. Oxy leg cryo, but no one was shooting at the wall. They just weren't going to go until the lockdown was close to finishing. So because nothing slowed them down, 100 Thieves were able to punish Oxy, who overstayed his welcome trying to take down attackers on their way onto site. But do you want to know what might have slowed the offense down? Sage. I mean, she could have gotten the same wall off that would have forced the offense to shoot it, go over it, and Oxy could have still swung with it. But more importantly, a slow orb would have been perfect to stall 100 Thieves execute. They could have been stuck in the open, in the middle of this poison orb, or been caught with their pants down trying to jump over the slow. And that's the problem with Deadlock. Like I said, she isn't a replacement for Sage. Between not having a solid option to plant on B, or slowing the offense down like you saw here, Sage is just too invaluable to take out of your Icebox comps. Especially when she can do what Deadlock does, but even better in some situations. Now, hold on, don't flame your teammates for picking Deadlock. She isn't bad by any means, but she can't fill Sage's shoes. Instead, why not run her alongside Sage? But then do you take out Jet? That's the only way I see her working, as Icebox is about scaling and not so much space making. But then are you really going to put players like Oxy, Cryo, or Aspas on Deadlock? I mean, on some teams she can work, and I do think we'll see a bit of her played on this map, but we'll see. So instead of stalling, Deadlock tried to flood a second too early, and Viper tried to protect both of them. 100 Thieves secures the round of the Viper's pit, but maybe the Odin can spray through and find a couple. He has a lot of bullets.
Jumps through.
Yellow.
Ooh.
3?
5v3, yeah.
Whoa!
Nice, Timmy.
Turret kill?
Oh.
After last round's loss, Cloud9 are put in a tense situation. If they lose, they'll only gain 2,400 credits and will have to half-buy, allowing 100 Thieves a good chance to tie the game. They're predicting this round that because the offense don't have a bajillion ults this time, that A's the play. As you should know by now, without Sage, B should be 100 Thieves' weakness. Wrong. 100 Thieves are confident in their B hits and are set up in an identical 4-1 default. They open up with another Cascade, a different dart, but Cloud9's recon tells them that A's a ghost town. Oxy and Vanity immediately dart over to B, while 100 Thieves scale closer, pull out their Owl Drone, Nano Yellow to prevent a swing, and Cryo creeps out of B main, ready to pounce on whatever the drone spots. But right before he can, Deadlock's barrier mesh saves Viper's life. But 100 Thieves aren't deterred that easy. Once the wall drops, 100 Thieves flip up their high tide.
Oh. Oh, he doesn't get netted?
From there?
What?
Oh.
Right, 3v3. Still, Bang's still in kitchen. Oh, he just got taken down though by Whippy.
Deadlock almost saved Viper's skin twice. The thing about Deadlock's stun sensor is that you want to place them in spots where the enemy is going to path. Here, teams will clear out yellow with a jet dash, followed up with some util. But when she does that, she gets hit by the sensor, creating a free frag. But this round was a bit messier than that, because I think Cryo messed up his dash and ran face first into yellow, and Oxy even dashed to follow up the trigger trap. Then Deadlock tried to help further by grav netting, which Cryo dodged by updrafting, but ended up putting himself right in the middle of Oxy's crosshair. But then the Reckoning helped Boostio sprint out and wrap the yellow players, and then Zeppa got traded, but then Bang's lurk got snuffed out by the mid experts. That was a lot of action that just went down. But Deadlock did her part. Her identity seems to revolve around punishing players for predictable play patterns between her net, sensors, and her ult. And once a team manages to build around her, that's when I think we'll truly see her potential. But is a Deadlock center game plan really stronger than what the meta's seen for years? Who knows? Until a team is brave enough to try, we'll never know. And now after all the chaos, both teams are left in a 2 versus 2 that'll decide 100 Thieves comeback.
Yeah, that'd be.
Like that too.
They just got wall.
The trade fragger to the right. Oh, wow. Well done.
Here's where we see the final piece of Cloud9's game plan come together. Deadlock has had enough of playing back and wants to get her hands dirty. Into their 3-1-1 setup and 2 big ultimates online, they plan on taking the fight to 100 Thieves, who plan on selling a fake. All game, they've shown this same Cascade recon combo, and wherever it's been, that's where 100 Thieves have gone. So by showing it on A, they might be able to catch the defense off guard, despite being outgunned, or ulted. The round starts with said utility sequence, but the offense immediately moves away into a familiar 4-1 formation, and Cloud9 contact up B main, looking for trouble.
I already knew that. Just fair warning.
Oh, that's a nice.
That's a big find.
Are they gonna expect Cryo? Out he comes.
Oh, and they use the Deadlock ult?
Oh,
they grab someone.
Oh, Peter. Oh, Cryo's
Free
fighting.
my boy. He's fighting to free him. Nice. They stole the spike.
Wait, what?
As soon as Jet made first contact and took down Killjoy, Cloud9 assumed that that was the lurker and started backing off. But when they saw Asuna jump spot and Cryo swing, Zeppa popped his annihilation and grabbed the spike. Now look closely. The defense set this ultimate up with layers of utility to make sure Asuna couldn't break free. We got stake bites to discourage a swing, Deadlock's wall, and Sova's Hunter's Fury was piercing through each lane to make sure no one could follow through. This play has given Cloud9 the player advantage and the spike, but their setup isn't done yet.
Easy.
Wow.
Good trades.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, well, Jake swung hoping that 100 Thieves wouldn't expect Zeppa to peek out from this corner next, but Bang is insane. We're left in another 2 versus 2 where 100 Thieves move up, Bang tries to plant in the only spot where you can't get spammed, dies to a shock dart, and Cryo eventually loses his 1v1 duel. The game ended up going into overtime, but this was the last round where we saw Deadlock truly have an impact. So that begs the question, would Sage help them win easier? Maybe. Is Deadlock as useless as everyone says? No, not at all. I kind of like her and would take her over Jett. I think she's kind of overrated. But when you have someone on her like Demon 1, then people like me sound like an idiot. This guy is nuts on Jett. Find out why in this video.